I hope everyone's having a good day. Well, impending doom is what the CDC director said, but we're just going to look at a few short clips until we get to that one, but let's take a look at this one.
The Customs and Border Protection facility in Donna, Texas, I was there, is at 1,556% capacity.
There are some 16,000 unaccompanied migrant children now in U.S. custody, a near record. We spoke to migrants at the border, like 9-year-old Josel, who made the long journey from Honduras without his parents. The phone number for his grandfather in North Carolina written on that pink hat.
If an unaccompanied child ends up at the border, we're just going to let them starve to death and stay on the other side. No previous administration did that either, except Trump.
Crisis, those 2 mass shootings in the span of a week, 18 lives lost. But that with the 50-50 split in the Senate, his party does not have the votes to pass sweeping gun control legislation. The president issuing this warning to Republicans, signaling he could back changing rules in the Senate to push his agenda through.
We're going to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about.
So I didn't show all the clips, so please look at the entire clip, but always putting the opposition down and always saying the worst of them. Unbelievable, right? And 1,556 capacity. I don't know. That's how I kind of looked at the numbers, but I don't know. But just having the 6 as the shirt, of course they chose him. And 18 lives lost. Wow, 9 plus 9, and then lockdowns and chaos, and we'll go beyond what he has to. Talking about gun control, yes, but you know, we already understand order out of chaos. We know what's coming. Let's look at this second clip.
I indicated that I hope to get 100 million shots in people's arms in my first 100 days. We met that goal last week by day 58, 42 days ahead of schedule. Now today I'm setting a second goal, and that is we will, by my 100th day in office, have administered 200 million shots. No American president ever backed down from speaking out of what's happening in the Uyghurs, what's happening in Hong Kong, what's happening in country. That's who we are. The moment a president walks away from that, as the last one did, is the moment we begin to lose our legitimacy around the world. It's who we are. China has an overall goal, and I don't criticize them for the goal, but they have an overall goal to become the leading country in the world, the wealthiest country in the world, and the most powerful country in the world. That's not going to happen on my watch.
All right, let's just look over a couple things. So December 8th, I indicated 100 million shots in people's arms. Wow. He met that goal on day 58. I remember Casey talking about 58, but I couldn't find it. I'm sure you guys know maybe what that number means as well. But anyway, 42 days ahead of schedule. There's your 24, 6 times 4. 100th day in office. They want to administer 200 million shots in people's arms. Oh boy, I really hope people do their research and understand what is going on. But Uyghurs, I had never heard of the word Uyghurs. Is it even a real word? Well, and then he's not going to allow China to be the most powerful nation in the world, not on his watch. Oh my goodness. It cracks me up, honestly. Well, this is what I found when searching Uyghurs. It's a minority ethnic group in China. Basically, in this article at least that I found, it means hybrid of an animal. Interesting. Just thought I'd share because we understand what's going on even with the V. But let's now look at the impending doom story.
150,000 deaths as 23 states are now reporting a disturbing increase in cases. But as 23 states are now reporting more than 95 million Americans have received at least one dose. And
at least 90% of all adults in this country will be eligible to be vaccinated by April the 19th. Just 3 weeks from now.
12 more states this week making the vaccine available to anyone over 16. CDC Director warning of another surge.
I'm going to lose the script, and I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. We have so much to look forward to, so much promise and potential of where we are, and so much reason for hope. But right now, I'm scared. And I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. But right now, I'm scared.
Wellensky points to a dangerous mix of restriction rollbacks, fast-spreading variants, and air travel now nearing pre-pandemic levels. The president calling on states to reinstate mask mandates.
Sadly, some of the reckless behavior we've seen on television over the past few weeks means that more new cases are to come in the weeks ahead.
So what are a few things that you might have noticed while watching this clip, or you should watch the entire clip just to see? So there were the amount of people, and then they used 23 states. They had to use that one. And of course, we're adding up all the numbers. I don't know, I'm just saying. But 90% will be able to get this in 3 weeks. Yep. Within 5 miles, if you're 16 and up. Wow. I really hope people research. And then a family poses and is so proud to have gotten their shot, their jab. So many other things I noticed in there, but add your comments too. I can't believe it's happening. And then the CDC, impending doom. Oh, she's so scared of the flu. But unbelievable. I hope you have done your research. I have videos on it in the WHO and Health and everywhere else. So please do your own research. I add links. I'm not a professional. I am just sharing what I'm seeing. But let's now look at this other story on traveling.
The CDC is still urging people not to travel. In the U.S., the CDC is still urging people not to travel. In the U.S., you don't need a negative test to leave the country, but you do need one to come back home. Antonio Delgado and his wife Shelley were in Cabo celebrating their 20th anniversary when he tested positive. The Americans who test positive overseas cannot come back to the U.S. until they test negative. Corey Mudd was on his honeymoon with his wife Alicia in Riviera Maya, Mexico, when he got the news. On Monday, the CDC director asking people to hold off.
We are just almost there, but not quite yet. And so I'm asking you to just hold on a little longer, to get vaccinated when you can.
One less thing that we had to worry about, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know about you, but anyone in the truther community, I don't think they're traveling anyway. So this does not pertain to us. Honestly, you can't leave. Okay, you can probably leave and go on a plane and leave the country, but you can't get into any country without having a testing paper or notification that you've got negative on that test. So anyone who is doing this has not done any research. And notice how there's a 22. That's the clip they chose because it's a catch-22. You might be able to get on a plane. Maybe. I don't even think you can. I think you're going to have to show that you've been tested even at the airport. But regardless, wherever your destination is, you're going to have to show that you were tested. So whatever. And then the couple, Delgado. Look, I don't know any Spanish, but thin, spidery, trickle. Those are the things that I noticed and started looking at his name. Just some numbers that showed up. But, I don't know. I noticed chemtrails. I don't know about you. Many things in here. And Americans who test positive cannot come back to the U.S. until they test negative. I can tell you right now, Finland will not even allow you into the nation, just like most nations right now won't let you to come in. And even now they're considering that even if you are tested there at the airport, you're going to have to sit in quarantine for 2 weeks. But it hasn't been affected yet. But Mr. Mudd and Mrs. Mudd, yeah, it's all going into the mud is all I can say. And there's your M. And of course they choose certain people for certain things like this. But, I'm just saying, I don't know. Just looking at some of the things I'm noticing. And we're just almost there, but not quite yet. just hold on a little longer to get your V when you can. Well, my comment to all of this is, so just hold on, because the Green Pass is coming in the summer. That's what you need to hold on to, because all will need that V in order to do anything. First travel, of course, it's going to start there, but it's going to basically be for anything and everything. That's my 2 cents in all that. But anyway, to leave it off on a positive note, yeah, Jeremy Murrell. Let's take a look.
This morning, meet the great guy in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru who sang
"Good Morning Sunshine."
Restaurant he works at in Wilmington, North Carolina, Jeremiah Murrell is always bringing the joy.
Oh, we rich today.
And when 500,000 people saw him on the job in this video posted on Facebook,
How many would you like today? 2. We have that just for you. Oh, and how else may I serve you?
it made him possibly the most famous drive-thru worker in the world.
You guys are awesome. 1 and 2. You have an awesome day up ahead.
All right, thank you.
He works here with his brother and sisters who all sing this song.
This is Jeremiah speaking. How may I serve you today?
Extra positivity all started after one day when he was able to talk a customer out of ending her own life.
This never happened to me before. I had no idea how to respond, but I stayed calm. I was like, you know what? Let me talk to him. Let me make sure this doesn't happen. Little moment.
So then to pull in through a drive-thru and have a guy be this cheery.
You know, we grew up on Superman and Batman and always doing the right thing no matter what. That's what kind of drives me. Because I always say I'm a superhero, but just with the invisible cape.
Well, I'm sure many of you saw this clip. I don't know if you did, but of course you have your son in there. You have to have the son. And Jeremiah have to have a guy with a name like that. He said that he talked someone out of suicide. Let's see if, he gave any glory to somebody. God? No, he didn't. With all that you heard right there, no, he gave the glory and said, I'm like a superhero. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. And Avengers, of course, is the newest one that's out. With, of course, you have your 22nd in there. I don't know anything about it, but decapitates Thanos. So kind of sounds a little bit of what we know is going to happen with the 7 no-hide laws. But anyway, I'm just saying. So let's get to the end of this. We have the aviation flu coming now. They're saying it's here in Helsinki, ramping up the fear, of course. And then in the news also they had stated that you need 3 jabs. That's right. Yep. Well, I'll tell you my personal opinion, like we understand most of us here, that you're going to need one every 6 months to a year, just like the flu shot. Yep, that's right. So just hold on to your seats. And just as I was about to upload, I noticed there's a volcano eruption happening in Iceland. Remember how a few years back it stopped all flights from flying? I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Anyway, so much was in there. God bless, take care, and just trust and keep your hope in God, because He's the only one that's going to help us through every single day. So God bless, and see you guys tomorrow.